9 in Petaluma.
Thursday marks 1 year since Putin invaded Ukraine. Moscow says 200,000 turned out for a big rally Wednesday in support of the war in a stadium that has a capacity of 80,000.
It came just hours after he sat down with China's top diplomat, and as the U.S. is growing increasingly concerned that Russia may turn to Beijing for military help to win this fight. Putin saying that relations between the two countries are, quote, reaching new milestones, and that cooperation between Russia and China is, quote, very important for stabilizing the international situation.
ABC's Mary Bruce. President Biden now back at the White House after visiting Poland and Ukraine. United Nations' refugee agency says more than 8 million displaced people have been recorded across Europe. In a sign he's closing in on Trump's inner circle, the independent counsel investigating the insurrection has subpoenaed Ivanka Trump, the last president's daughter, and her husband, Jared Kushner, according to ABC News sources. Richard Cantu, ABC News.
Weekends on KSRO are all about our local community. Listen as we cover a wide variety of subjects, live and local. Saturday mornings at 9, listen for Garden Talk. And then at 11, it's the Good Food Hour. Local talk, Saturdays on KSRO.
The Feed Store in Sebastopol understands how y'all love all the licks and kisses from your furry family members. Sometimes that's not always pleasant, if you know what I mean. The Feed Store is celebrating Pet Dental Month. We've created a large selection of dental items to help your pets maintain their fresh and healthy chops. Tooth loss can lead to bad breath, dental pain, and even organ damage. By brushing up on your pet's oral hygiene, you can make sure they remain your best friend for a long time. Come see us at the Feed Store in Sebastopol in the month of February for Pet Dental Month and get your free treat with purchase.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DinoVite.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent. Dynamite is nutrition. Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
Won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DinoVite.com.
EasyCater presents We've Got Your Back, Up Singers.
So right before this important meeting, I get a text from EasyCater that the restaurant lost power. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But EasyCater was like, don't worry. They got another restaurant to fill the whole order. And I was like, are you kidding me? But in a good way.
Problem with your order? EasyCater has your back with over 100,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 on EasyCater.com.
Covering Sonoma County on 103.5 in Santa Rosa, 96.9 in Petaluma. Online all the time. Sonoma County's FM News Talk, KSRO.
I'm KSRO's Jeff Woodworth with Sonoma County's most accurate, most dependable forecast. Following a partly cloudy afternoon, we can look to generally cloudy skies after midnight, along with a 30% chance of showers that should leave us with overnight lows in the mid-30s down to even the high 20s. Due to these projected overnight lows, a freeze warning will be in effect until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. There is around an 80% chance of up to a quarter inch of rain expected tomorrow afternoon. Depend on weather every 30 minutes on FM News Talk 103.5 and 96.9 KSRO. KSRO.
First-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk toll-free from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies, toll-free, call 800-618-8255. To reach George via Skype, use Skype name George97313. Send George a text message anytime at 818-298-6521. From the City of Angels, this is Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie.
We'll be back in a moment with Rod Pyle and take final calls as we talk about all things space here on Coast to Coast. On our next Coast to Coast program, which will be in just about two moments or so, we're going to have Who's Behind the Secret Door for you. 4 special guests, I don't know who they are. We'll be taking your calls during each half hour with them, so just know that you're on it. And we're going to have some fun, so that's coming up in just a moment. And of course, this being Wednesday, if you're a Coast Insider, that means 2 more programs for you from the classic Art Bell.
It sure does, and this week's programs are classic as always. So we start out, we had a show from 2002. Art spoke with theoretical physicist Professor Lawrence M. Krauss discussing time travel. And then we have another show from 2002. Art talked with, of course, Michio Kaku, one of our favorites there. So folks, this is classic audio. You really need to check it out. It's available for Coast Insiders. It's heard without interruption on multiple platforms. All you need to do is go to coasttocoastam.com, become an insider. Right, George?
You got that right. And it's fun to become an insider.
I love being a Coast Insider. I travel a lot. I can always have my shows. I download them on my podcast and never miss a thing. And every show I learn at least one thing.
Hey, this is Buck. I'm a Coast to Coast Insider, and I'll tell you what, it's a great thing for me. Here in West Virginia, we get inundated with snow. It doesn't matter as long as we have our provisions. I've got 5 years of Coast to Coast programs to play.
A couple ways to sign up to be an insider. One, our website, coasttocoastam.com. Right at the top of the homepage, it says Insider. The other way is download our free app to your phone. And you can sign up with your app by clicking profiles and subscriptions. Also available for you if you live in Canada and worldwide now. You can become a Coast Insider as well. So take advantage of that. Here's something for you to de-stress.
Increase your energy and stamina while enhancing your mental clarity, focus, and memory. Start your day with Elevate to improve your mood and alleviate stress. Then wind down at night with Accelerate for mental and physical relaxation while naturally cleansing and detoxifying, promoting healthy weight loss. Accelerate and Elevate, George's Power Pack.
I actually started this product not long ago, and I've just blown away from what it's done for me with energy, to focus and clarity, and it's all natural. That is amazing, and I'm losing inches off my waist.
I was feeling an underlying exhaustion that I could not shake. These are a gift. My mood has been incredible, and I absolutely love these.
Well, I get up at 5:30 in the morning. I have a lot of kids. I would take it and it would last until I took the Accelerate. So before I started taking the Elevate and the Accelerate, I would typically experience some kind of anxiety or mood swings. Since taking the product, I haven't taken any over-the-counter medications or prescriptions, just generally happy.
I was probably having anxiety or panic attacks every 4 or 5 days, and I have not had one depressive thought. I have not been anxious. I've not been jittery. First time I took this pill, I didn't know what to do with myself. It just felt good, clear-headed. I felt focused. There was like a drive inside of me all of a sudden. I was just excited. I was like, is this for real?
Definitely know that the Elevate not only gives me energy, not only gives me the vitamins I need for my body, but it helps me with my mood. And you know what? It makes my husband happy.
George's Power Pack. Order now and receive free gift B-Slim, refreshing weight loss tablets. Accelerate, Elevate, and B-Slim. Order now at healthylooking.com or 800-394-9930. Don't forget promo code George for free shipping. That's 800-394-9930 or at healthylooking.com.
Will the 2024 election be America's last? That's the shocking conclusion of best-selling author David Horowitz in his new bestseller, The Final Battle. David Horowitz reveals a secret war led by those who want to destroy our culture and freedoms. Horowitz says they're in our schools, churches, military, they're all over the place. The Final Battle explains that they want to stop things like Mr. Trump and Mr. DeSantis in 2024, no matter what. Horowitz names the names of secret players working to change America. Newsmax calls Final Battle the book of the year. Denise D'Souza says that it's the biggest expose ever. Get the Final Battle in bookstores or check out the free offer and save $28 today. Just call 1-800-NEWSMAX. That's 1-800-NEWSMAX, or go online to finalbattle611.com. That's finalbattle611.com to get your free copy today.
Tired of overpaying for your cell phone bill? Switch to Consumer Cellular and save up to half on your wireless plan. Their award-winning 100% US-based customer support team makes switching easy. Plus, you can keep your phone in number with no contract or activation fees. They offer unlimited talk and text with a flexible data plan starting at just $20 a month. You can easily add your family and friends to your plan for just $15 a month per line. Never worry about dropped calls. Consumer Cellular has the exact same coverage as the major carriers to over 99% of the nation. This is all backed by their 100% risk-free guarantee. Join the millions of others who have switched. Go to consumercellular.com/radio25 and for a limited time, get $25 off when you use promo code radio25. That's consumercellular.com/radio25. Promo code radio25.
China's trying to mimic this to some extent, but you still got that kind of uncomfortable balance of private and government, militarily run companies. So I think it's going to take them quite a while to catch up. They'll get there eventually.
How did these private companies zoom so quickly? Did they hire like ex-NASA technical employees who knew what they were doing?
Well, as you think back, they are literally standing on the shoulders of giants. So a lot of the heavy lifting was done by the Soviet Union and the United States in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. There's a lot of knowledge to pull from there. That said, SpaceX in particular, from basically 2010 on, went from zero to commanding half of the world's launch market in less than a decade. So a lot of it is just having rich guys that are willing to put money into this, with the idea of eventually making a profit. Now, Elon in particular has gotten a lot of money from NASA contracts and so forth, and that obviously helps. But as is often said, the best way to make a small fortune in space commercialism is to start with a large company. It's going to be a while before they turn a profit.
I used to say that about the restaurant business. Want to make $1 billion in the restaurant business? Sure. Start with $3 million.
Right.
Bill in Los Angeles. Take it away, Bill. Welcome to the program.
Hi, George and Rod. I'm a former newspaper writer and a longtime fan of the U.S. space program. And I got to tell you, Rod, I really appreciate your technical knowledge and your objective, open-mindedness about, explaining where certain craft may or may not have come from. And I admit I'm a little bit dubious about the spoofing theory concerning the Nimitz carrier group in an aircraft in 2004, because I don't see how that would produce images on their FLIR video. But I suppose that's possible. But more interestingly, that theory doesn't work if you go back further in time. For example, from 1952 to the Washington, D.C. flyovers, 2 consecutive weekends, where both military and civilian radar operators and pilots documented speeds of 7,200 miles an hour of craft that they were pursuing. So what's your take on that?
So it's a fascinating conversation, and one that I continue to scratch my head over. And I'm old enough to remember, as a very young man, when Project Blue Book came out, and they said, that's one guess where the moon. Let's see here, move along. Even then, as a young man, I thought, that can't be right. I read Life magazine's UFO issue, right? So there are a lot of compelling stories and lots of compelling evidence out there that has been looked at and picked over, as you know, by both experts in the military and in NASA and elsewhere, and of course civilians for decades now. You look for an answer and all that. The only thing I guess I can say is, I was mentioning earlier, this new NASA study, they don't have enough money and enough time to really completely put it to rest, but the idea is not to say yes or no UFOs or UAPs. The idea is to say, okay, let's develop a really intelligent way to study this that won't stigmatize pilots, won't stigmatize people who come forward with evidence that we think is compelling, and then figure out what's going on. Now that's primarily designed for moving ahead, but there's no reason that those same rules and sets of protocols could be applied to older evidence as well, as long as we've got good records of it. So I'd love to see that.
On the wire caller line, John in Iowa. Welcome to the show, John. Go ahead.
Hey man, I enjoy your bumper music.
Thank you.
Also, I can kind of tell you, I just love talking radio like this. We have an expert on, and then people from the cheap seats get to call in. I mean, it's like the wafers in America. I just love it. And so don't change, okay? So I have a planetary science question that I was thinking, like, well, I got to tell you guys. In the early 70s, I used to live my family a mile from NASA Mission Control, and my bus, James Irwin from Paul 15 was in training at the time, and he would drive our vacation Bible school bus. And school, and his daughter was in my class, Jill Irwin. And one time she brought space food, and we got to taste some. I don't know if they had extra cases or something, but and then we had other really interesting parents or kids in my class doing orbital mechanics work. I found out later. But my planetary science question, I should know this one now, but why is it that there's lava in the Earth? It comes up through volcanoes. It's really hot down there. We're told that it's molten. And I'm just wondering, can you explain what's generating that heat? Is it radioactive? Is it friction from gravitational attraction between the Earth and the Sun? I should know this by now, but I know the moon's, you said the moon's not hot in the core, probably, but what is causing all that heat down there? So thank you.
Yeah, my understanding is it's a combination of everything you said, but I think primarily radioactivity, but motion. But again, it's not an area of specialization of mine. I do know that I write a book for JPL every year about their 30 greatest hits and doing so technologically, and the warm moons out there, the icy moons that have warm oceans on it. One of the things that makes the water below the icy surface stay warm is the squeezing and flexing as they're flying around Jupiter, and in some cases Saturn. So that's certainly a gravitation. The Earth, I don't know that's the primary motivator.
Time for final calls with Rod Loud, Jeff in North Carolina. Jeffrey, take it away. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, George. Hi, Rod.
Hey, Jeff.
Jeff from North Carolina. I'm a member of the National Space Society. It's a good organization. I highly recommend your listeners join NSS, get Mad Astro Magazine, and I try to go to your annual conference whenever I can.
Good man.
My question to you, Rod, is twofold. Rod, is there a large enough commercial market on orbit to support 4 commercial space stations after ISS, if I fall onto the ISS? And 2, what do you think the killer app or the primary product is to be made on orbit that can produce enough revenue to support commercial space stations?
What?
2 questions, killer app and large enough market.
How many? Yeah. So you could ask the same question about launch providers, right? There's probably 115 of them at this point, at least trying to get a rocket built. How many do we really need? Well, as we're seeing, 3 or 4, the private sector are probably going to be enough if they can be competitive. There's no way to go to the merge to get there. This is in terms of rockets. In terms of space stations, it might be a little different. A couple of the companies are going to be hooking up with the ISS before it's deorbited, and then eventually unhook. Will they possibly, 2 or 3 of those companies possibly decide to mate up once they've left ISS and form a sort of mid-sized space station? It's a good question. Also, it depends on whether you're talking about just on-orbit manufacturing or you include